Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't set my alarm because I thought there's no way I'm going to sleep until 7 a.m.
And yet you did.
And then I woke up at 3:30 and I went, oh damn! And I was going to take a sleeping tablet and thought, no, then I won't be awake at 7 a.m. And then when you were calling me, I was thinking, I didn't set an alarm. Why is my alarm going off? Fascinating stories from
tomorrow,
edge of the world. From tomorrow.
This is the man of the
I'm
future.
even further into the future now because I'm further down south.
Oh wow! So Auckland be gone. Where now?
I'm in Christchurch.
Christchurch, the Church of Christ, if you will.
Exactly. I think they might have named it after some British thing. And the colonisers, as I like to think of them.
This is a podcast in which two friends talk about the pleasures, absurdities, and imperfections of being human. I'm Simon Ellis.
And I'm Lee Miller. Welcome to Midlifing.
Christchurch, what takes you there?
Always nuanced. We're always nuanced.
Always.
I'm actually staying at seeing a friend. I'm seeing a friend who, long-time listener, gave up because he got tired of you talking about knitting. Actually, I don't think that's true. I think he said, "Oh, it's just listening to you." He goes, "You're just too self-conscious." Yep. So I'm trying to feel not self-conscious about the idea that maybe I'm self-conscious.
Wow. I'm not sure what I would do with that.
Oh, it's interesting. I think it's very interesting. He goes, yeah, you stifle your laugh. So I'm going to laugh wholeheartedly and wake up the entire house.
Laugh in his ear. How's that that's laughing with my chest, motherfucker.
Take that, Ian motherfucker Edmund. Yep, so I'm on the seeing friends part of the I'm not going to call it a holiday because everyone keeps telling me that I'm on holiday.
Excursion.
Is just not true.
Excursion. Well, I was in a work meeting with you on Thursday? Thursday? Yes, it must have been Thursday because it was the night before.
Oh, that was with me.
It was with you.
Very early Friday morning.
Very early Friday morning for you. Thursday evening for me, and I was champing at the bit to get off the call because Bob had an early flight, and we had a table booked.
Literally itching yourself.
We had a table booked.
Yeah.
It was very nice,
sorry,
excellent.
But we did keep on, was it?
Oh, no, it was great. It was super. It was a lovely meeting. I had a great time, nevertheless.
And the meeting didn't last an hour.
No,
it
know.
lasted less than an hour.
Good.
I thought that was quite
yeah,
good.
I was very impressed. I was looking at it and going, like, please don't go to an hour because then I'm going to have to walk really fast to the restaurant, which is a 20-minute walk from my house rather than the 15 minutes that I was worried I would have. As it is, I had 25 minutes and we got there early, so it's fine. Very early, actually. We were the first ones in. We were the first ones, as in the first ones in the whole restaurant.
Oh, right, because only British people eat at that time.
British and Americans. The other people that came in were American, and we were like... and I actually did say to the guy, he was ringing, I said, I want to be really clear, we never eat this early. We have a very early flight tomorrow. And he's like, it's fine. I was like, good, but just don't think that I'm a tourist.
Yes, in Sassari, I mean, restaurants just don't open until 7. I mean, and if you turn up at 7, everyone just looks at you a little bit like... And you couldn't get a pizza before 7 o'clock. Yeah, you just couldn't get a pizza. Yeah, you'd have to make your own.
I think in Lisbon they've extended their hours for the tourist market, understandably.
Yeah.
But we're not here to talk about that.
Tourism?
No, we're here... Well...
So some funny things have happened this week.
Okay, because I just need to tell you before you crack on.
Oh shit!
When
I
you went,
think I know. I think yes. I think I saw.
Had this started by the time you went to bed?
Yeah.
The beginning of World War III.
Well, yeah.
Okay, just checking that you knew about it because I know that you're sometimes ferociously offline, and I wanted you to know that Israel and the US
it was only just
have
as I went
attacked
to
Iran.
bed.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So long as you know.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I don't quite know what to do with that, other than the fact that it does mean I can't fly home. Which of course, not that those things are about,
No, but it will
it does mean I might be stuck here.
Yeah. Jiminy cricket. Okay.
So how are you feeling about that? Putting aside our parochial tendencies, how are you feeling about that?
The older you get, the more chances that you have friends who are from around the world. So I have friends with family in Iran, and I just find myself being deeply, deeply worried about them in much the same way that I've been worried about friends who have family in Palestine. And it's just kind of, yeah, it's interesting. I think you and I work in a field where it is international in the sense that people come from all over the world and people go from all over the world to work in.
Yes, if you'd said to me as a 14-year-old that one day I would teach an Iranian woman, choreography, I mean,
yeah, you would just go like
another loud, self-conscious laugh from me there.
Yeah, I'm going to do your laughs. I think you laugh beautifully. Don't you second guess yourself. But
no, not one bit. No.
But yeah, so I think that's the bit where I'm at right now in terms of the parochial, as in, it's a long way away parochial, which I assume you were sort of hinting at. I'm worried about friends. So
I found it was interesting. Was it interesting? When I saw it, I just went. I kind of just had a heavy heart, and then just had that overwhelming. It's very hard. I think the tremendous privileges. Sorry, I really am very sleepy. About living in this country. So growing up in New Zealand, is that all of that is so far away.
Yeah.
And so I felt that distance, and I guess the safety of it, as I fell asleep last night. And there's something about it which I think is which it abstracts it in a way, which is disconcerting and a little discombobulating when I'm used to being much more, because I see that Keir Starmer, who I like to think of as your friend and mine, slight disappointment, but he, see that Britain seemed to be contributing in some way to protecting, our assets and something, I can't remember the language, which was pretty hard to take.
Yep. But we are going to also focus on hope. Greens won a significant by-election in the north of England last week, which was good. They trounced both Labour and Reform. So, I'm trying to think about good things as well as bad things. However, let's not fall down this rabbit hole. We could get stuck for a long time.
It's not really our podcast is not really geopolitical.
No, it's not. It's not.
I'm sure there are other better podcasts talking about geopolitical.
Yeah. Go and listen to Americast if you want to have that perspective. But anyway, anything from the World Service or Al Jazeera.
I was gonna say, or Joe Rogan.
So some funny things have been happening this week, you said.
Well, one thing yesterday. First of all, I picked up a tennis racket and played tennis.
Right.
And that is the first time in about 20 years that I've done that.
Wow.
And I think most people, listeners, know that that's what my game was. Like, I was a very, very, very good tennis player.
People would have had to have been willfully ignoring things that you've said to not notice that you were a tennis player in your... I mean, they would have had to have been going...
Do I drop it in every episode?
Every time you speak. I wouldn't say every episode, but every other episode.
Every second. Anyway, just in case you missed that time, I was a very, very good tennis player.
Did you hear the double very there, everybody? He's very,
I don't know
very
what that.
good.
I don't know what those qualifiers are doing because
I think it's you want to show that you're on the road to excellence.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly.
I've got to say, hats off. I'm fucking awful at everything, so don't worry about it. You can
Yeah,
be
no,
very,
so
very, very, very good, and I'm always going to be impressed.
Exactly. The thing is, I knew the game deeply.
Yes.
Put it that way. Like it was in my bones. And I walked onto the court as a 57-year-old.
Right.
And all the movement, the action, the feeling, the pleasure, it just like flooded back into me. I mean, it was, except I couldn't see the fucking ball.
Oh no! Did your little old eyes let you down? Did they... Oh, now I'm thinking of you as like Mr. Magoo, just having things hit you in the face. Oh no!
Mr. Magoo was it, and so I was thinking, oh, how do I focus? I can see the kind of long distance as the ball's coming kind of towards me. I'm going, oh, I can't focus quick enough. No. Blah. And so I was just spraying them everywhere, the balls, that is, not my syllables. And it was fantastic fun. I mean, I only played, it was only 10 minutes or whatever, but like it just felt so great. It was really, really funny, except for that slight hiccup of actually not being able to see the ball. And it was always a joke when I was a kid, which is, tennis players actually don't really watch the ball. Like there was always a thing about you've got to watch the ball, but there's amazing photos of how little tennis players are actually looking at the ball when you hit it. Right, their eyes are all over the place. So that's because you just don't need to. You've anticipated where it is, right? Yeah. But just anyway, that's it. That's the story.
Were you playing somebody that you had played historically, or was this
No, that happened. No, I was. My friend's son was he was coaching and having a little game and whatever, playing, and so I picked up his racket and I was hitting against a wall, and then someone said, "Come in here, come and have a hit with me," and then they invited me back to play in the afternoon, but I didn't do that because that was that would have been
too much.
Yeah, and also I think my neck was starting to hurt after 5 minutes anyway. So, but it was really weird because it felt suddenly like I was 15 again.
Yeah,
I mean, it was. Yeah, it was, wow, talk about time travel. Yeah. And then I had another instance of time travel.
Okay.
When on Thursday night, so the night before, I got up very early to have a meeting with you, which didn't last very long, so that you could get away and have dinner.
Which was delicious, by the way. Sharing plates, if anybody wants to know the restaurant's name. Tashka Pete, I strongly recommend. It's in...
Tashka Pete?
Tashka Pete, yeah. So it's Tashka is a kind of little traditional cafe / restaurant that they would have in Portugal, and Pete is an English guy who runs it. So Tashka.
I was going to say, is it really Pete? P-E-T-E?
Yeah, P-E-T-E. It would be Tashka Pedro if we were being Portuguese. But it's Tashka.
But I thought it might have been P-I-T, and it was some kind of, it was actually a Portuguese word of some kind.
It's just a guy called Pete from somewhere in England who moved over.
I think you've eaten there before, haven't you?
No, this was the first time I've been. It's been on my list of places to go to, but it's a very small restaurant with only a few tables, and so you've got to book, and I never remember to do it. So this was it's nearby. It was somewhere I wanted to try. Bob said, "What should we do for dinner?" And I was like, "I've got an idea." It was a good idea. I was pleased.
And do you have a list of places that you would like to eat in Lisbon?
Yes.
Kind of sort of sense. Oh, yeah. You've got a spreadsheet.
No, I've got a kind of a rolling map in my head. What I try to do is have 4 or 5 places in various parts of town, so that if I find myself stuck somewhere around about dinner time, or I've got people regularly go, "I'm going to Lisbon, can you recommend somewhere to eat?" And it's like, it's quite hard if you don't know where they're if you don't know the area that they're staying and you've not chosen to eat there. It's like, well, it's a crapshoot. So I try to kind of eat all over town, so I can go, "Oh, you're in Príncipe Real. Okay, yeah. Okay, so you're going to go there." You're
becoming a tourist guide, basically. You could have an eating in Lisbon website.
No, there's lots of those.
Guaranteed make more money out of that than you would.
There's lots of those already. This is just, I don't like saying to people, "Try this place," if I've not eaten there, because it feels I feel responsible. It's just stupid, but
Yeah, no, I love that. I think that's a sort of sense of caring for. I realised that I could do that for Sassari. There isn't that kind of website for Sassari, but I don't want to encourage tourism.
Well, this is the thing, isn't it?
I want to be the only gentrifier in that city. Thank you very much.
Yes, that's right. You're not in traffic. Anyway, the other thing,
I am
the other thing that happened.
The other thing was that on Thursday night, so
the evening before we met. Gotcha.
Correct. I went and met up with a whole bunch of guys who I went to high school with, many of whom I couldn't remember, and many of whom I had seen since high school, so 40 years. And it was really lovely. It was just, it was really lovely having these conversations with these guys and getting a sense of what their lives have been like and what they do and how they've done it and where things have gone wrong. And it was it was fantastic. But it was another weird moment of time travel, in that you'd see these people, and many of whom most of whom, not all, but most of whom I could see their 14-year-old faces in these 57-year-old faces. And then every now and again a little thing would come out, a little gesture, a little smile, a little kind of turn of the head, right? Oh my God, it's the same person doing that same thing 40 years, like his body's been doing that thing for 57 years. And it was so freaky and fun and yes, I think if I were around, I probably would go to that.
The reunion.
Yeah, I mean, I still feel a little bit. I'd feel a little bit weird about it. I'm not going to go because it's just too far.
Yeah.
But there was something really kind of precious about the fact that we'd been sort of chucked together for 5 years or whatever it was, and I'm sure it wasn't easy and all that sort of stuff. But we did this thing together in a strange old time of the 1980s.
That sounds. That sounds like it happened. I'm trying to find something to say that isn't a platitude. I'm aware that I'm on the edge of saying that sounds lovely, and it doesn't. It sounds fucking horrible, and that's because I'm thinking about me, not you.
Which part of it sounds horrible?
Oh, seeing people.
Because I get that.
Seeing people.
Yeah.
I barely, and please don't take offence, anybody who knows me, I barely want to see the people that are in my life now. I mean this
That's why we stopped doing this with video, right? We just said
no, but I mean this with no kind of. I don't mean this with any.
It's your misanthropic tendencies, isn't it?
This is it. It's not. It's. I'm actually really very self-contained and introverted. What that translates to is I can hear you saying that and thinking...
But you're also, at the same time, you're also spending time going to restaurants so that you can that you're able to make recommendations to people who might be visiting Lisbon. So there's also something about being in relationship to others vicariously or from distance or something.
I really love that happened for you, and it sounds like you had a brilliant time, and I'm really happy for you, and I sound like I'm shitting on your pancakes, and I don't mean that. I'm just trying to, I'm giving a very honest response to the idea of seeing people that I went to school with makes me feel quite kind of swilly and just really deeply uncomfortable. I didn't know I had such a strong feeling about that until that all just blurted out. I'm so sorry, Simon.
Well, I don't think you need to be sorry.
I'm sorry I blurted it out.
Oh. You could just edit that out if you're worrying about the blurting.
Oh, no. I was worried about how it landed on you because you were sharing something that was this beautiful moment of seeing people from across 40 years.
I don't think I was describing it as beautiful.
Okay.
No, not at all. I was just thinking it was fascinating.
Maybe.
And,
maybe you didn't say it's beautiful. Oh, that's interesting, Simon. I think this is.
I definitely. I mean, it was. I said it was like time travel.
Yeah. I think you may have just landed on something there that you didn't
maybe
say.
Maybe you did say it was a pleasure because it was a pleasure. I don't.
Yeah, and I think the issue for me is that I want it to be a pleasure, and it never is. I think it's that I long for it. I long to feel that thing. And it just doesn't. It never happens, and it always feels slightly awkward or disappointing, or Yeah,
I think one of the things I was trying to do, I was at various times asked people, so what's the most difficult thing that's happened in these last? And one person said, just relationships. I just really found them difficult. And trying to figure out what the hell they are and how they work and. You know, and so I think there's something really genuine about that, which is a long way from, remember the time we tied Salim's buttocks together and all that kind of... I mean, no one was saying that, but...
I don't know how you tie somebody's buttocks together. Just
I think there was a... Isn't there... I think there was a... definitely a film in which they strap someone's,
How do you tie buttocks together? I'm just thinking that you have to stitch them.
Mentioned buttocks to you. Yeah. No, I think you strap them round and then all the way around. Anyway, right, okay. I don't really know.
No, probably
maybe
best
it was
not
Grease. No, it wasn't Grease. Anyway,
sorry. Now I'm thinking that you were greasing them first. Now I realise it was the film, not that they used grease to tie the buttocks. John. Yeah, gotcha.
Did you know that Olivia Newton-John was in Neighbours? I don't think she was.
Was she?
I don't think she was.
As a guest star, surely, not as a.
Yeah, I don't think she made her name because I think it was.
She didn't. No, it was
Neighbours.
Way after she was. I mean, she made her name.
She was a lady 20s and wasn't she a 30-year-old in Greece? Wasn't she?
Yeah.
She
So
was really.
Greece was what 78, and didn't she do something just before Greece? I can't remember what it was. So it wasn't her first film. No, there's no way. If she was in Neighbours, she was there as a guest star. Margot Robbie was in Neighbours. Kylie Minogue was in Neighbours. Guy Pearce was in Neighbours.
Jason Donovan.
Yes,
one of our long-term listeners, Jason.
Hi, Jason.
Shout out to you, JD.
Looking more and more like your dad as you get older. His dad was in Neighbours. Terence Donovan.
Was he really?
Yeah. He didn't play his dad. That was Jim.
Wow. So he's a nepo baby.
Played by somebody Alan Dale. I mean, I guess in the sense that his dad was an actor. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anyway, I think there was something else. Something else happened. Of course,
what was that?
I jumped on a plane from Tauranga to Wellington and turned around, and this woman I played tennis with for years and years, a very dear friend who was just sitting there.
No.
It's just so New Zealand. It's so New Zealand. And it was like one of those little prop planes. So there's about, it's basically smaller than a bus, about 22 seats on the left.
Yeah.
And I sort of got up and just sat next to her because it was basically empty, this flight. And we just yacked away. That was it. It was great. I didn't have to catch up with her in Wellington because
you did it on the
plane. Put up on the plane.
I love that.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was really one of those things that I swear don't happen. I mean, they're much less likely to happen in bigger countries, aren't they?
They are more populous places. It definitely becomes less likely that you're going to bump into somebody, which is why I think when you bump into somebody, it's really bizarre. The dog's back home because I'm back home. He's had a shower. I've had a shower.
Oh, you're in... Oh, I assumed you were in Lisbon.
No, I'm back home. It was just
a
week.
You both caught an early flight, did you?
Well, Bob caught an early flight. I caught a later flight. And yeah, I've spent the last week writing and making work and being... I mean, in between the occasional meeting, I've been sort of productive. It's been quite lovely. Yeah. So that's been nice for a change.
Do that working thing.
Yeah, I do occasionally. It was nice. It was lovely, actually.
Okay.
Reading stuff, writing stuff, making stuff, having a wander.
I mean, that's kind of what we do, isn't it?
It is, but it's not really the thing that I do very often. I have a habit of facilitating those activities for other people.
I think that's pretty much what I do as well. It's quite interesting, that, isn't it?
It is.
How that changes.
But I have been reminded by... the man I will lovingly refer to as my boss, that I do have time that is supposed to be used for that, and I should go and use it. And so I am. I take a week off every now and then.
Does that mean you are that you're, as opposed to doing 3 jobs that were getting more and more busy, as you said, exponentially, totally unsustainable?
Yeah.
Does that mean that that's sort of quietened down because you finally hired some people?
Yeah, it means exactly that there are more people around to do stuff, and all of them are brilliant. One of them particularly, who you know really rather well, not very gently said, don't really feel like we're taking a lot off your plate yet, so you probably should do less. I was like, I really like you. More of that, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Thanks for that.
Oh, shit, soz. Yeah. All right, lovely.
Enjoy your evening.
I will do.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.